All right, guys, today we're taking it up a notch and we're going to graph linear inequalities. If we take this first one, which is y equals 3x minus 4, notice this is just a plain old equation. So we're going to use y equals mx plus b. And we're going to take that negative 4. Remember, you always start, this is the y-intercept. So we're going to start here at negative 4 on the y-axis. And then our slope is 3 over 1. So from here, we're going to count up 3 and over 1 and up 3 and over 1. And we're going to draw our line. So remember that this line represents every solution point that works in this equation. So we could pick 2, 2, and we could stick that in here, and we could see whether or not 2 for y and 2 for x works. So that'd be 6 minus 4, which is 2, and that's a solution. Now, to make it an inequality, remember we have to have a greater than or a less than. So if I change this and I make this less than or equal to, then we're saying that not only the points on the line are solutions, but everything that is less than the line. Because if we're comparing this, remember y, if we're pointing to y, then y is small, and these values are big. So that means that if we're comparing these points of our function to the output has to be smaller than what we calculate on this side. So on our graph, that would mean all of the y values that are lower than the line. So we have to go down. So this would be a question of not do we shade right or left, but do we shade up or down? Do we shade above the line or below the line? So all of these points now become part of our solution set, everything here. And this is called a half plane whenever you shade half of your grid, okay? A lot of times people like to check the point 0, 0. So if we took this point right here, you know, the origin, and we put this into here, so if we put 0 in for y and 0 in for x, we would find out that it is not true. 0 is not less than negative 4 the last time I checked. So that means that this point is not a solution. Okay? Which is good because that's not what we shaded. All right, let's try another one. So if we look at this one and we need to graph this one, we got issues because y is not alone. So if we want to use y equals mx plus b, we're going to have to add 5x to both sides. And so negative 10y is greater than 5x minus 30. And then we're going to have to divide by negative 10. Remember, that means everything gets divided. So the 5 gets divided. That would be negative 1/2. And negative 30 gets divided. That would be plus 3. And remember, if we divide both sides by something negative, this has to flip. And now it becomes less than. So if we graph this, we would start at 3. And we would go down 1 and over 2 because our slope is negative this time. And there's a catch to this one. If I draw this line solid, that means that every point is a solution. However, this one is not allowed to be equal to the line. So we only need y values that are less than the line, not equal to. So remember how we did an open circle? Now we're going to do a dotted line to say this is our boundary. You can get as close to that line as you want to, but points on the line don't count. So again, if y is smaller, Okay, then that means that we would be shading below. Okay, and if we check this point again, that 0, 0 is super easy to check. We can put that in there and we can find out that it works. So we shaded on the right side. All right, one more. So number 3 here, we have y is less than 3. Remember, if we're looking at y equals mx plus b, this would be the b, that is the y-intercept at 3. And we don't have the slope, that means it's a 0. So if I go up 0 and over 1, I get the horizontal line. So y is stuck at 3. I have to make it a dotted line because it's not allowed to be equal to 3. Like if I check that out, if I want to check the point right here, this point 0, 3, if I wanted to try that, that would mean that y is a 3. It would not work because 3 is not less than 3. But 0 would work, and so we would shade below. Okay, so when you're talking about a solution set, we could say 0, 0 is a solution. We could say negative 2, 2 is a solution. We could say 5, 1 is a solution. But we can't say 0, 3 is a solution, and we can't say anything above there. All right, so these are the ones that you need to try. All right, I kind of got scratched out there. Hope you can read that. So pause the video and write those down and you try them, and I'll give you an answer key later. Good luck.